The morning air in Willow Creek estates hung thick, a humid blanket over a neighborhood that screamed suburban dreams, perfect lawns, crisp shutters, kids' bikes parked just so. But beneath the polish, it was a place where belonging felt like a contest, and nobody played referee harder than Evelyn Harper. She was the HOA treasurer, a woman with a face that seemed carved for disapproval, her eyes always scanning, always judging. To the folks whispering behind their hands, she was Karen, the queen of violation notices, armed with a clipboard and a righteousness that could choke you. Evelyn didn't just walk Willow Creek, she patrolled it. Sometimes she'd cruise in her spotless old Camry, engine purring like a predator. Other times, she'd stalk the sidewalks, hawk-like, catching every misplaced sprinkler or slightly overgrown hedge. Her obsession? Satellite dishes, those ugly metal eyes, ruining her vision of perfection. She'd lecture at HOA meetings about Wi-Fi signals, tossing around half-baked tech terms like they were gospel. Wine said every router was a gateway to chaos. Her vague bylaw about external communication to VYCS was her weapon, a rule so murky it let her pounce on anything she didn't understand. Then Gwen family Mark, Lynn, and their 11-year-old son, Caleb, moved to Willow Creek for its promise. Good schools, quiet streets, a safe place for a kid like Caleb, who'd lost his sight to meningitis as a toddler. Caleb was sharp, curious, his world built from sound, touch, and a sleek Braille tablet that was his lifeline. This wasn't some clunky old machine. It was a marvel, its tiny pins dancing under his fingers to bring him textbooks, emails, the whole internet. It was as vital to him as eyes were to anyone else. Mark worked cybersecurity, his days spent guarding digital fortresses, while Lynn ran a small pottery studio, her world full of clay and color, a stark contrast to Evelyn's gray rigidity. They'd already felt her shadow. A sharp note had landed in their mailbox about Caleb's bright blue mobility cane, left on the porch for 10 minutes. It was a warning that felt less like neighborly concern and more like a sniper's scope. That Tuesday morning, the air was heavy, promising a scorcher. Caleb sat on a low stone wall by their front yard, his usual spot while waiting for the school bus. The rough stone was cool under his legs, the hum of a distant lawnmower mixing with sparrow chirps. His Braille tablet sat on his lap, its pins revying an adventure novel that had him hooked. He was lost in Knights and Dragons when gravel crunched, and a voice cut through like a blade. "What's that thing, kid?" Caleb flinched, the story vanishing. He turned toward the sound, recognizing Evelyn's sharp tone. "It's my Braille tablet, Mrs. Harper," he said, polite despite the jolt. "I use it for school. Reading." Evelyn stepped closer, her shadow cold over him, her detergent's bite in the air. She squinted at the DVY Seslam, metallic, its grid of MOVY-ing dots alien to her. "Braille tablet?" she scoffed, venom in her voice. "That's no reader. Looks like hacker gear. You tapping into networks? Broadcasting signals?" Caleb's stomach twisted. "No, it just uses our Wi-Fi," he said, confusion rising. "For homework, websites, email." Evelyn's eyes lit up, paranoia flaring. "Websites, email," she hissed, leaning in, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial growl. "Sounds like you're intercepting data. Or is this some drug dealer gadget, sending coded messages right here in my neighborhood?" The accusation was absurd, but to Evelyn, it was truth. She saw not a blind kid reading, but a threat hiding behind disability. Caleb clutched the tablet, its smooth casing suddenly fragile. "It's just for reading," he said, voice shaking. "Please, Mrs. Harper." But fear was rising, her tension a storm he couldn't see but felt in every word. "Don't lie to me," Evelyn snapped, her voice shattering the morning. She lunged, her hand clamping onto the tablet. With a yank, she tore it from Caleb's grip, the force knocking him off the wall. He hit the grass hard, a cry escaping as pain shot through him. "This is contraband," Evelyn shrieked, holding the tablet like a trophy. Then, with a grunt of fury, she slammed it onto the concrete. The crack was sickening, plastic splintered, the screen's delicate pin shattered, Components skittered like broken dreams. The tablet's faint hum died, and Caleb's world tilted, tears burning as he choked out a sob. Evelyn fumbled for her phone, hands trembling but voice shrill. "I'm calling the cops," she declared, dialing 911, spinning a wild tale of a suspicious juvenile with a hacking to VYC. Across the street, the Sharmas watched, horrified, from their window. Mark, in his home office, heard the cry and crack. He looked out, saw Caleb crumpled, Evelyn ranting the tablet in pieces. Fury surged white-hot. He bolted downstairs, Lynn meeting him as they rushed to Caleb, dropping beside him. "Are you okay?" Lynn's voice shook, hands checking for bruises. Caleb, sobbing, pointed at Evelyn. "She said I was hacking. She smashed it." Sirens wailed, and a police cruiser rolled up, lights flashing. Two officers stepped out, faces neutral but eyes puzzled, trying to match the dispatcher's report of a cybercriminal with the scene. A crying blind boy, frantic parents, a woman RA VYing about signals, and a broken tablet. Evelyn pounced, gesturing at the wreckage. "Officers, this kid was using an illegal VYC to hack networks." I stopped him. Mark took a deep breath, forcing calm. "Officers, I'm Mark and Gwen. This is my wife, Lynn, and our son, Caleb, who's blind. That was his Braille tablet, his only way to read, do schoolwork, connect." She accused him of hacking, attacked him, and destroyed it. Mr. Sharma stepped forward, voice steady. "We saw it all. The boy was just reading." She yelled, grabbed it, threw it down. His wife nodded, eyes wide. The officer's demeanor shifted, their gaze on Evelyn hardening. One knelt by Caleb, asking softly if he was hurt, while the other took statements, noting the wreckage. They warned Evelyn about false reports, property destruction, and assault on a disabled minor. But with HOA disputes muddying things and Evelyn insisting she was enforcing rules, they didn't arrest her yet, promising a report for the prosecutor. Evelyn, shaken, retreated to her house, her door clicking shut like a fortress. Mark knelt on the sidewalk, gathering the tablet's pieces. His fingers found a partial serial numbers /NBRX7, K4G. He knew what it meant. Back inside, while Lynn soothed Caleb, Mark locked himself in his office. He wasn't just a cybersecurity guy. He was Special Agent Mark Nguyen, FBI Cybercrime Task Force leader, hunting hackers and dark web dealers. This wasn't his usual fight, but Evelyn had made it personal. Logging into secure databases, he ran the serial number. A hit came fast. The tablet was part of a stolen batch, taken in a warehouse heist 6 months ago, meant for a center for the blind. Caleb's tablet, bought secondhand from a seemingly legit online seller, was hot. Mark's got churned. Was Evelyn's tech phobia cover? Her violent reaction to Caleb's tablet too extreme for mere ignorance? He called his boss, ASAC Carter, laying out the assault, the stolen tablet, the possible link to a trafficking ring. Carter greenlit a probe. Mark tapped Agent Lopez, a data pattern genius, and tech specialist Kim, a dark web navigator. They traced the seller, Access Tech Restored, to a shell company with a mail drop address. Subpoenas revealed synthetic identities and crypto payments. Kim found login IPs from Willow Creek, one tied to Evelyn Harper's house. Lopez tracked crypto withdrawals to Evelyn's bank, her clumsy anonymity unraveling. The case exploded. Mark's team, with other FBI units and ATF, built a damning file. Encrypted messages, dark web posts, suspicious deliveries to Evelyn's home. A federal warrant led to a dawn raid on her pristine house. Agents found stolen Braille tablets, hearing aids, cochlear implants, and coded ledgers in her basement. Evelyn was cuffed mid-T, her smug facade collapsing into shock. The indictment was brutal. Interstate trafficking, wire fraud, money laundering, and assault on a disabled child, now federal due to the trafficking tie. Willow Creek reeled. Neighbors whispered, stunned that their lawn-obsessed HOA tyrant was a criminal mastermind preying on the disabled. The story hit national news, a grim warning about crime hiding in plain sight. Evelyn, denied bail, pleaded guilty, facing 18 years. The judge tore into her. You didn't just steal the VYCS. You stole dignity, independence from the vulnerable, all while terrorizing a blind child. Her house and accounts were seized. Funds funneled to VY Tims and assistive tech grants. The HOA was gutted, its tech rules scrapped for sane ones. The Sharmas joined potlucks, and Willow Creek exhaled, free of Evelyn's reign. Weeks later, a box arrived at the Wednesday, a new Braille tablet, top of the line, funded by restitution. Caleb's fingers explored it, his smile bright as it hummed to life, pins spelling a welcome. Mark watched, the rage from that awful morning now a quiet pride. Evelyn's tech fears had undone her, her digital trail cracked by the skills Mark honed daily. In their Lee-Vying room, Caleb's tablet hummed, a sound of connection, resilience, and a future reclaimed from greed and ignorance.